The Dolce & Gabbana Miss Sicily bag. I have had this bag since 2019, so we're going on 6 years now. And it was my second designer bag I ever bought. I bought this from Essence, and it has stood up really well. I was a big Dolce & Gabbana fan before. I think that love's faded a little bit, but I'm sure I'll go back to it a bit more. But I had always wanted the Sicily bag, and I actually got the PVC version. So let me walk you through all of this, learn everything about the bag and the value that you can get. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Lexi. Welcome to my channel. I love to review designer clothing, handbags, all sorts of things, just so you can get a better idea, have a more informed purchase if you're a researcher like me. Please feel free to leave any questions in the comments. I love to release videos on Tuesdays, and we will dive in. But first, if you hear random noises, and also because my backdrop is different because we're in the process of moving, but I have a little special guest with me outside right now, so I'm going to grab her. This is not my kitty cat, but I do love her. She's a ragamuffin. Her name is Lily. Say hi. Hello. Are you a sweetheart? Yes, you are. Anyways, so if you hear weird crinkling, it's because she's got a tunnel and stuff. But you're here for the purse, so let's go through that. So again, this is the Dolce Gabbana Miss Sicily. They often do a Sicily bag, which is still available. It's generally in leather, and it comes in all sorts of wild prints. I think it can be in canvas as well. I've seen embroidered ones. I've seen different sizes. This is one of the staples of Dolce & Gabbana. Dolce & Gabbana isn't, I wouldn't say, one of the top brands right now, but I do really like them for their beautiful style. To me, some of their dresses are the most beautiful in the world. There was a spring dress that, oh gosh, if I can get a picture of, is still my favorite dress that I've ever seen. And so I really wanted a Dolce & Gabbana Miss Sicily. I got this one in 2019, June. I paid 574 Canadian, so that was on a super duper sale. I was very happy with it. I snagged it right away. This came in a couple colors, but I wanted the black to be a little bit more timeless. So I bought this from Essence, which is a Canadian retailer who often does really good sales on designer items. I purchased quite a few from them, and I've been really happy with their service. So this is the black PVC. So that means it's really rubber. But the nice thing is I really don't worry about this bag at all. It's going to be a lot harder than any kind of leather. If it's out in the water, who cares? It's rubber. It has a top handle here, which is actually two handles, but they're smooth on the inside, so they're meant to be held together. But there are nice D-rings here. It looks like they might be able to open as well, though I really wouldn't open and mess with them. But it is nice to see that kind of designer level detail on the hardware here. So this is another hardware. It's all attached at the PVC, so there's going to be no rubbing, no turning. I'm not worried about how this will wear through time in that way. And then we've got hardware here on the corners. So there's a removable shoulder strap. It is not adjustable. It is one length. I'll show you guys a little bit more of that as well and kind of walk through the length. This is something I really like about it. It says Dolce & Gabbana, made in Italy. I don't know that it rests necessarily always on its feet though. I'm glad it kind of gives it some shape, but it kind of curves in a little bit compared to the sides. So you can see on the sides there's a button that you can make it closed, but it's really just so that when you open it, you can get a bit more of extension. It's not going to change the look of the bag when you have it closed. So there's a lid here. Again, it's all PVC. There's the beautiful Dolce & Gabbana Milano, Italy hardware on the front. And it's a magnetic closure. Super simple. I've never had problems with it. Doesn't come open very easily, but if you tug at it, it does. To me, kind of the perfect level magnet. So the drop in the strap isn't too high. Overall, beautiful bag. Super easy to deal with. You want to clean it, you just use a wet cloth. So I'm going to show you more of the inside when I do what's in my bag, but I wanted to show you the strap. This is a jacquard strap. It does have what feels like a type of leather on either end. I don't know that it is. It could be a faux leather. but it does have the lobster clasps on either end. So if you wanted to remove it and just carry this top handle, you could. I think that it's looking really nice, and it has an Italian saying on it. Okay, I'm not going to pronounce that. I'm so sorry. But it is very pretty. I find this purse very classic. It's something that could be worn, kind of up or down, casual or a little bit more fancy. I do really like black and gold, so the colors work well for me. All right, so let's jump into some measurements, and then I'm going to walk you through what's in my bag, what fits, and in the end, I'd love to tell you why I love this bag. So the measurements are 11 inches wide. It is, not including the handle, 8 inches tall. If you include the handle, that gives you another about inch and a half. And then depth, I have it pretty loaded here, so I'm going to measure from the bottom. It's 5.5 inches wide. So it's a pretty sizable mid-sized purse. You can fit quite a bit in this. So let me walk you through. I have stuffed this. This would be very heavy. Overall, I wouldn't say it's an exceptionally light bag just because the amount of hardware on it. I generally don't find bags ever really too heavy. It's more how much crap you stick in this. And right now I have a ton. All right, so let me pull out what I have in here. So I've got a pencil kit that's got like my Tide stick, my hair gel, a pencil, all that kind of stuff in here. This is a pretty sizable, it's a full length pencil kit. I've got I think it's like the mini bum bag, the super mini one. Just got some items like hand sanitizer and hair ties. I've got my Kindle, headphones, a reusable grocery or shopping bag, whichever you call it. I've got my wallet. If you want to learn more about this, I'll link it above. This is my favorite wallet. I don't change out. I have got another Lululemon. I think this is like maybe the key pouch or something. So it's got all my different sets of keys. It's got my lip gloss as well in there. This is kind of like my secondary of everything I really need that's essential. I have also got my original key pouch. This is the smaller size. So now I know Louis Vuitton has multiple sizes, but this one I use to carry all my gift cards. A pair of sunglasses. So that all fit in here pretty comfortably. I probably wouldn't assume that you're going to want to carry that all the time, but it could fit. And so let me show you the inside. It is literally just an open bag, and it's still that kind of plastic, but it looks great. Maybe I could give it a wipe to get out the little dust, but it's really not bad. I've had no complaints about this bag. Let's go over wear and tear. All the hardware is looking pretty good. I'm not seeing any kind of tarnishing. Not even on the springs here. There's a little bit of wear, as in like it's a bit more textured where the hardware is rubbing. Again, I don't know how you would ever solve that. It's gonna happen, right? Even doesn't matter the material level. I think that that's something you can expect to happen with a lot of wear. But with the PVC on the seams and everything, it looks great. The stitching is still wonderful. Maybe some light scratches that you can kind of tell in the reflection. But I also haven't even wiped it showing this to you guys. It stays in its dust bag. It's happy there unless it's on display, which it will be once I get moved into my new house. Inside look is looking great. The magnet, again, there's a bit of wear, but that's really to be expected, and you can't even see it. The jacquard strap, the cat hair is getting on it, but it looks great. I mean, I wouldn't even say there's much fading to the black, and this purse is 6 years old. It's really making me realize, actually, this was the first designer purse I bought. I bought my Gucci after this. This was my first one. I didn't buy it in boutique, so I guess this is my first overall new designer bag purchase. The Gucci would be my first like in boutique. But I really like this bag. Again, I bought it for under $600. I think they're going just over $600 secondhand, and that might not even be with the jacquard strap. They obviously don't make this PVC one anymore. I'm really happy with it. I wouldn't sell it. I know it's not worth a ton, so it might not be worth selling, but I still really like it. This was something I wanted for so long, and I really like how clean and put together it is. It is a very classic style. And you can never go wrong with a black bag. It'll get its use. I do use this more, obviously, in fall or winter. I prefer to use this bag in fall. I feel that the gold is quite nice. I use a lot of gold, especially in fall, because I'm choosing those darker, richer colors instead of the brighter ones. And it goes really well. It's also nice because, if I'm with my daughter, I'm not worried about it at all. Even if something falls on it like water, it's like, okay, just wipe it off with a microfiber cloth. So I've been really happy. If you're into the Sicily and you're looking for a leather, you know, it does hold quite a bit, but this is not a light purse. It is heavier than most purses. I wouldn't expect to load it up and want to carry it around every day. So just keep that in mind. Also, you're not doing crossbody unless you buy a second one. But given its shape, it is still nice to wear on the shoulder. It's got a nice drop length. The strap length is about 24 inches. So it's a really nice drop height. I would recommend this bag. You're probably not going to be getting this version. I don't know if I would go for a leather one. I may, in a smaller size, in a really, really fun pattern, think that that's kind of cool. But this isn't a purse you commonly see, which I enjoy as well. It's not something that everyone's buying. It's not something on all the hot lists, and sometimes there's something appealing about that, having something a little bit different. I think I've maybe seen one of these in my city in my life. Not even in the PVC, I just mean overall, a Miss Sicily. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I love to have a chat and I love to answer questions. Again, I put out videos on Tuesdays. If you like this one, why don't you check out one of my other luxury purse reviews, and I will see you next time. Thanks so much. Bye.